Okay, it is time for your first assignment, and let me tell you, this is a doozy. In addition to your assignment, you have required listening, so let's start with that. First pieces you will be listening to are Mycenae Alpha by Yanis Xenakis and Large Intestine by Ju-Won Park. Mycenae Alpha was composed by Xenakis in '78, and it's a piece created entirely on the Yupik. The Yupik was a graphics tablet that you could hook up to a computer, and then the composer could directly control the waveform playback by drawing on it. So what you see is literally what you're hearing. Every page of the score in the video is being rendered into audio by the Yupik. Pitch is on the y-axis, time is on the x-axis. And then other parameters can be controlled manually and with separate scores on the Yupik. It's super cool. So this leads to some interesting questions, like how is sound best represented? Is standard notation necessary or even accurate when we're working in music technology? And how do we think about sound and music? The second piece you're going to be looking at is Large Intestine, composed by Ju-Won Park in 2013. This is a piece for no input mixer and computer. This means that the mixer has been patched to create feedback loops that cause it to self-oscillate and amplify its own internal circuitry. Then eventually that goes to the output and is sent to the computer for adding a little bit of reverb, a little bit of delay, and some additional shaping of the sound. The idea of the piece is to misuse technology in order to create new sounds that can then be manipulated in new ways by the composer using their preferred software. In this case, that is the programming language Super Collider, which Ju-Won Park is an absolute master of. Now, for your assignment, yes, I realize that we only have one day of class this week because it's one of those weird half weeks. So this is going to be the hardest assignment you will ever have. First things first, I want you to take a look at the list of required software. It's a separate list. It's up on Moodle. It has links to everything. Download that and install that onto your laptop or your desktop. I want to make sure that everyone has the same base amount of plugins, that everyone has a DAW, everyone has a notation editor. Again, a lot of these you can use whatever. I've given you options, but make sure you've got all the required plugins. If you are using Reaper, you need to have the required Reaper extensions as well. Once everything's there and installed, I want you to send me an email proving that you've done that by sharing a screenshot showing your DAW and any questions that you might have on the software. Beyond that, take a look at the syllabus. You'll notice that every week I have assigned reading in there. So read the assigned chapters. Make sure that you have those ready to go for next week.